Hey guys, TUXX here, and I have in the box here something which I've been wanting to purchase for a while now and haven't. And I'll tell you a little story here. Going back to a few months ago, I was actually leaving the airport, and as I pulled out my rental car, I ended up getting stuck in a speed trap, if you can believe this. I was driving by some officers who already had another car pulled over. And so I was thinking, okay, I'm safe because I'm slowing down. They already got someone else. It's all good. So I slowed down, carefully drove past the officers, and all of a sudden, behind me came a psycho cop with his lights flashing. And sure enough, he pulled me over, and he's like, "Hey, sir, do you know how fast you're going?" And I didn't think I was actually going that fast because I was pulling out of a driveway from an airport onto a main road. And then, of course, I was slowing down, for the officers and everything. So I really didn't think I was going that fast. But he claimed I was speeding, and I ended up getting a small speeding ticket from this speed trap. And it was actually from driving slowly by the speed trap. And then later, I actually got a ticket going from to Miami from another, like a cop on the side of the road, a trooper, and that was a second speed trap. So now twice I've been burned with speed traps recently in the last year. So that has caused me to decide to look into radar detectors and to see what there is out there to help basically protect myself a little bit, or give myself a little bit of an edge as far as helping to not get future tickets. So in some ways this is kind of like raising awareness to not speed as much as it is, knowing when they're checking. So anyway, what I ended up buying was from Amazon, and I looked really into this after looking at a bunch of radar detectors. I looked at the Max 2, Redline, Passport, Cobra, a bunch of different radar detector companies and radar detectors, and this is the one I ended up going with here. Let me go ahead and open this up. And what I ended up getting was the new Passport. This is how it comes. You can see it's a very small box, and this can be purchased at different retailers, Best Buy, that kind of thing, different places. And it's not really a huge package. It's very small, as you'd suspect, being radar detector. And this is, of course, live ready. What took me by surprise in this one is the fact that this one has Bluetooth built in. Like previously, most radar detectors, with the exception of the Max 2 and probably maybe the Max 1, I think just Max 2 though, didn't actually have Bluetooth built in. So to actually take advantage of like ESCORT Live, that kind of thing, you'd actually have to have like a dongle or something special, like a special plug that would allow you to Bluetooth your phone to the radar detector to get that extra function, okay? But this is one of the first ones I've seen that actually had that built in. It's live ready, which is great. Now with Bluetooth, built in, which is really a fantastic little feature for this detector. Now I've looked at different detectors. I mean, again, I looked at the Max ones, which are usually around $450 or so. Of course, you can buy used or refurbished at different prices. Different vendors have different deals, But I was looking at those for around $450. There's also the Redline, which is also around $450. The Valentine 1, which is about $450 or more. And those were the more expensive ones I looked at. And when I went down and I looked at, different ones from Cobra and things like that, Whistler and these little companies. And there's ones for about $120, but after reading a lot of information about them and watching reviews and seeing testimonies from other people, it really seemed that a lot of those have problems now with the pop-on radar detectors, where cops, they have their gun, completely powered off, and it's just like, pop on, pop off kind of radar detection. And so I wanted to get something which would help fight that, because again, in the case of me, both of my tickets were due to speed traps, okay? And I'm a safe driver. I don't have a lot of points in my license. In fact, I haven't had any kind of tickets in like years and years and years and years. So for me to get 2 tickets was really quite shocking, actually, and a little bit of a wake-up call that this is something I need to address or to take a look at. Not only my driving, but also the detection of what these people are thinking I'm driving, because once the cop actually pulls you over, it's very hard to actually dispute a ticket without a lot of time and money involved in the process. So anyway, with all that being said, that is why I went with the Passport, because I really wanted the function of being able to tie the Bluetooth into the actual detector, and I'll be talking more about this as time goes on too. But anyway, so this is what it looks like fresh from the box from Amazon, and this usually goes for about $350, and I purchased this for about $250 actually from Amazon. So you can actually get some really good deals. Some benefits to this particular model here. You can see from the back, the retail packaging is, very nice, by the way. I believe that Best Buy just comes in like a brown box or whatever, so this is actually much prettier than I've seen some of the other Passport boxes. Here, just talk about complete coverage, talks about balance, blah, 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 blah. It has, different strength meters, which is really nice. It does have Escort Live, basically, with that tied in. It'll actually tell you how close you are to different like cameras, like red light cameras, that kind of thing, and how you're doing with that. And then it'll actually go down and like tell you like not only how fast you're going, but what they believe based upon the GPS, what they believe the speed limit is. Because a lot of times in the area that I live, lots of times the speed limit will change as you're on the highway. You're going through small towns on two-lane roads, and it'll be like 65, 55, and all of a sudden it'll drop down to 45 or 35 with very little warning. In fact, you don't even notice it until the sign comes up on you. So anyway, so it's really great to be able to see, what your speed is and what the actual speed that you should be going is, which is nice. It has different levels of meter, different levels of brightness, really nice, and actual graphics display as opposed to just being red lines or whatever. Mute, auto mute, all those usual niceties found in radar detectors. It does come equipped with the complete quick release windshield mount and the smart cord, and I'll see what that's all about. Basically, the cord has a mute button on it, which can be kind of handy if you want to mute it, and of course a 1-year warranty. So pretty cool little detector, and we're going to take a look at this today, and I'll do some upcoming videos about how well it functions as I go through this process, okay? Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, so first thing you can see is basically this is a sleeve that is wrapped around a plain white box. And I've seen them in Best Buy in places like this in a plain brown box, which is kind of bizarre and funny retail packaging. So it's nice to see it's white. Sliding this out. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Comes with a nice little case. We'll take a look at this first. Oh, there's a book. Here, hold on. We'll take a look at the little pamphlet here first. Shows a pretty picture of it. Talks about some of the features of the radar detector. Talks about location and usual use information. Now this is one thing I haven't seen in other radar detectors I've owned. I've never actually got like a nice case with one. So that's pretty cool. I'm assuming the detector is actually in here. In fact, we'll come back to this. Sorry to keep showing that. This is actually the smart cord. And what makes it smart is that it has mute and some other features kind of built into it, which is nice. And we'll be showing this more in detail in a future unboxing. But you can see basically it uses what looks like a phone cord to plug into the detector. And it has a special mute button and some alerts actually right on the little plug. So if you want to, you can actually look on this as well as the detector itself, which is pretty nice. It is a springy cord, kind of like a phone, which is excellent. The detector's plug is very simple. It is kind of a stainless steel 2-suction cup plug that the thing slides into, and we'll demonstrate this more later. And then the actual detector itself. Okay, so it comes in this little cool case. Very interesting feel. It has the raised lettering, which is very nice. I don't know if you can see the Escort word on there. At an angle, you can see it. And it feels very nice and good quality. Kind of like a nylon material. Okay, and opening it up. Very interesting. Has a nice little rubber, like a little elastic band here. And inside here has like a little mesh pouch to hold it in place so it doesn't slide out and fall down. You don't want to break your new piece of technology. Comes in a clear bag. And this is what it looks like. It has a flat, like a matte black finish, and it has glossy parts. Nice little LCD screen there. Glossy buttons here. It does mention that it's Bluetooth enabled. It has a quick release here. It has different detectors. On the back here, it has a little piece of film covering, protecting the back side. And you can see the light might show some of the sensors on the inside. I'm not going to open this up. I don't want to damage my new radar detector. But you can kind of see inside there just a little bit, maybe at a certain angle. So this actually does the detecting for you. And that is the radar detector. So very nice unit. Looks very pretty. You can do firmware with it, like updates, which is fantastic compared to previous years, generations of radar detectors. It feels very light. You definitely notice the difference in texture from the glossy outside to the flat matte part here. All in all, it feels like a quality piece of electronics. Not real heavy. And that is everything that comes in the box. It's pretty simple, guys. As you might suspect, as radar detectors are, it's just a few pieces. But I love this case, man. I'm definitely digging the fact that it comes with its own unique case you can stick it into. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you very much for watching this unboxing. And if you guys have any questions about the ESCORT, please let me know in the comments below here. And later, I'm going to be doing some comparisons between this radar detector and some other ones, like some Chinese knockoff ones, and even some previous generation radar detectors to test their effectability versus like current police scanning ability, okay, for radar detection, speed detection. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye-bye.